Yo, Sonic Adventure rocks. Everybody loves Sonic Adventure, except for big fat smelly dorks. Sonic Adventure is awesome. I know it's awesome. You know it's awesome. But I feel like this game endures for a lot of reasons, but the main one, in my opinion, is really its aesthetics. Even before Adventure, Sonic's aesthetics have been Gucci Gang, but they really changed it a bit with Adventure. Sonic's first foray into 3D definitely took a bit more of a grounded approach through its aesthetics. I can definitely see Sonic hanging around just normal ass people probably took a lot of people off guard. I never really minded it too much because they looked appropriately cartoony to me. It's not like that other game. Before we start, I want to turn your attention to Cybershell's video, Sonic Adventure DX is a bad port. I'll be saying some of the same things and making some of the same points he did in that video, and it's just an amazing video that you've probably already seen, but if you haven't, please watch it. If you like this crummy video, you'll definitely like his. Just a side note, I'm playing the Steam version of Sonic Adventure with the SADX Dreamcast conversion mod by PKR. So if you want the far superior, in my opinion, Dreamcast aesthetics, I would highly recommend downloading the SADX Dreamcast conversion mod. Link in the description. You start the game off in a city called Station Square in this little pool area with some honeys and this little fucker.
Mr. Know-It-All.
This is a bit of an odd start to a Sonic game at the time, but as soon as you start the first level, things get a bit familiar. It was really smart to not start with the city level, and to start with something a tad more familiar to Sonic. You think Sonic, you think palm trees, waterfalls, and bridges. The sky and the water have a gorgeous deep blue palette, with white sands and this sick animation on the shore with a green tint. It looks amazing. After literally the coolest thing your 5-year-old self has ever seen, you get to this lighthouse area with this big mountain thing. I don't really know what these things are, but you can spin dash up them, which is really fun. Then the level transitions to its second half with a more cave-like pathway and swampy area. God, I even want to swim in the gross swamp area. Then you just fly up to a floating island, but you don't question it because it's Sonic Adventure. You didn't have to do that, Emerald Coast, but you did, and that's why we're bros. Then you find Tails and Sonic has a heart attack and dies. After you rescue Blails, you get to see more of Station Square, complete with a small hotel lobby and a city block. Yeah, it's minimal, but there's a lot of life here. You get to talk to people who have a bit of insight into the game. There's a newsstand, a sewer area, train station, and this weird elevator thing. There's also a blocked off area that you can't spin dash through, unfortunately, unlike everything else in the game. You take the train and you head to Paris? Not gonna lie, I legit thought what this was as a kid. I thought that was the Eiffel Tower. So you head to this place called Mystic Ruins, and it's so fucking cool. Mystic Ruins has always been one of my favorite areas in Sonic. The grassy hills, the waterfalls, Tails' house on a hill, the explorers that you can find wandering that say some interesting things. It's a real shame that the DX port totally ruined this area by adding baby shit color to everything and removing the grass with these ugly ass textures. Another example of why the DX port sucks a big fart. Again, watch Cybershell's video. Anyway, from there you fight Robotnik and go to Windy Valley. So Windy Valley is in the sky, I guess? You got windmilly things with these really cool pink floaty robots. It's hard to tell what this is exactly. You also got these disappearing chameleon robots, and I love them. Look at these little goobers. It's nice and serene, and oh, a tornado. The second part, you get launched into the heavens, and oh my god, it's beautiful. It's so simple, but I love this game's constant use of blue and white and the grassy green aesthetics. It makes Sonic feel a bit more grounded, but the whimsy is still there. After Windy Valley, you go back to Station Square, and oh my god, just look at this. Some of my most vivid memories with this game is when this game is at dusk like this. Just look how everything glows with this orangish amber tint. You're also able to go to this new area, City Hall. This quaint little block with a diner, antique store, and the area where you fought Chaos Zero. I really love just how surprisingly detailed everything is in this game. The diner in particular looks so inviting. There are also really shiny cars with the sky reflection texture on them. And I'm sure I don't need to talk about the girl with the crush on the burger shop guy, or the weird statue that everyone knows about, but here they are. I also love these little lamps on the side of the buildings. Another example of Sonic Adventure being fucking based, I guess. Then there's these two studs just, gyrating like real men do. So you go down into the actual sewer to find the Lightspeed shoes. Not too much to comment on, but I like how the time of day glow is still present here. These weird looking objects always confused me as a kid. I thought they were arcade machines, but they're probably supposed to be control machines for the water. Another cool detail that any other game wouldn't have even thought of, but, you know, this is fucking Sonic Adventure. Then you go outside to the warm night sky. Much like how dusk has an orangish amber glow, the nighttime has that warm blue glow to it. I love it. And just because Sonic Adventure loves me so much, there's even a beautiful shade of purple at the bottom of the sky. I guess this is supposed to indicate that the sun is setting, but I don't care what it means, I love it. Finally, you enter the casino area with another diner, but you can't get inside. Don't have too much to say, it looks nice, and oh yeah, this place is literally called Good Food. And holy shit, if you take the stairs, you're back in the train station. Is this Dark Souls? So you finally enter the casino, and I genuinely don't know how they do this. Every vibe or aesthetic that Sonic Team attempts is just pulled off wonderfully in this game. The lighting and this effects on the walls making it glow, the centerpiece, the slot machines, the nasty ass fountain, these whatever these are, it's just all so beautiful. There's also a massive pirate ship that is totally clipping through the floor. It's kind of odd to see this now, but it will make sense later. The only thing in this game, like, at all that looks terrible to me are these awful looking bathrooms. My god, these are not good color combinations. It's probably the only area in the DX port that I'd say actually looks better. Oh yeah, that's hot. There's another room where this happens. That was rude. You can actually enter these big doohickeys and pinball! This one is Knights themed, and I already love Knights aesthetic, so yeah, I love this. It looks a little cluttered, and it's hard to tell what you're really looking at a lot of times, but the combination of light black and purple is just mwah. I always notice these gothic window textures on the side. It makes no sense, but the look of it makes me think of Castlevania or something, and yeah, that's a good thing. There's this random floating clock that orbits the table, and I have no idea what it's supposed to indicate. I also know that there's another part to this table, but I can never get to it. I don't really know how this game works, to be honest. I just always went in here to see Knights and listen to the awesome music. So if you lose all your testicles, you're dropped into the sewer area. These flies look really good. I'm sure it's an easy effect, but it's really effective. There are also these blinking overhead lights on the ceilings that's only in the Dreamcast version. One thing that I noticed are these ruined slot machines in the trash. Pretty neat. Not too much else to talk about, but it captures what it's like hanging out in the sewer, I guess.
Yeah, that brings up another issue. What are you two doing in the sewer?
We always go in the sewer.
Why?
Anyway, the other machine thingy brings you to a more traditionally Sonic-themed pinball machine. I love all these classic drawings of the characters, especially Robotnik. Not too much else to add. After Casinopolis, you get a MacGuffin to go to the new area in Mystic Ruins. You run through this cave just for a big, fat door to smack you in the face. Along the way, you find an ice cave with a pond for absolutely no reason. You climb up a very out-of-place looking ladder, and it leads you to Ice Cap? Sonic 3? Hello? Immediately, you're met with this weird-ass bad I don't even know what I'm looking at, but I love him. For the most part, this level isn't anything too special, just typical ice hazards and aesthetics. But what I really love is the snowboarding section. You speed past these glaciers, caves, hot air balloons, fucking badniks that try to carpet bomb you, and these adorable little villages that you speed past. Now, I actually broke through the barrier at the end of the stage so I could get a better look, because, you know, it's Sonic Adventure, you can speed dash through anything. Spin dashing up the mountains wasn't necessarily easy, but I got through it, and I got a better look at these villages. I live here, by the way. This is my neighborhood. You can't really jump onto any of the areas. I tried a lot. It just pushes you off. I'm glad I finally got a good look at these, though. After all these years, I always wanted to get a closer look at them, and I finally did. So after Ice Cap, you do a lot of baloney that nobody likes. This is definitely the stretch of the game that nobody cares about. You fight Chaos in this weird swamp place, and then you fly towards the egg carrier and then get shot down, yada yada. You meet Amy, and her new design is really good from CD. I like that her design is a bit more of her own rather than just being like Pink Sonic, but I think I liked her outfit in the old design a little more. Anyway, you chase her up this elevator thing and you finally get to see what this place is, Twinkle Park. This place always reminded me of Space Station 13. It gives off this really early 2000s industrial sci-fi design that I absolutely cannot get enough of. I kind of wish there was more places like this in the game! Oh, Jesus, sorry. You take a cart across a space highway, a little foreshadowing there for a future game, and of course, it's fucking rad. I really don't understand this place though. Like, are you actually in space? Is it all fake? I don't know. It's cool as shit though, so whatever. The second half of the design has this awesome fusion of a medieval space carnival. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever heard? Complete with a castle, merry-go-round, and bowling? I don't know. I kind of wish you could see the inside of the castle. Oh wait, you can as Amy, and never mind, it's terrifying. Let's go back outside. After Twinkle Park, we take this beautiful hunk of a man and go to one of the most iconic levels in Sonic, Speed Highway. For as city themed as a lot of this game is, this is really the only city stage in the game, which is interesting. Dude, what can I say? It's amazing. It's a bustling city right at the cusp of dawn, and just look at it. This is definitely one of the most speed focused stages, so I'm sure a lot of people miss a lot of stuff, but I think that's on purpose, because there isn't a ton of stuff to really look at besides big neon signs and lights. I love the juxtaposition of the really high octane energy of the first half of the stage and the kind of calm and weirdly relaxing second half. I love this place. It's right at dawn, which is actually the name of the track playing, and people are rushing to work and cops are everywhere, and yeah, that doesn't really sound relaxing, but in Sonic terms it's actually very nice. It acts almost as an extension of the Station Square hub, signified by this piece of continuity. Where the level ends is actually the back half of the clock tower in City Hall that the DX port completely fucks up. So you chase down after Amy, and that leads you through this door that's finally open in Mystic Ruins and trees. So you go to this kind of open area in these ruins and oh shit! It's the Master Emerald! This is Angel Island. It is a bit confusing what's Angel Island and what's Mystic Ruins, but I don't care. I kind of like the mystique. Anyway, you run after the egg carrier in Red Mountain. It's an interesting mix of canyon meets almost desert aesthetics. I love how vast the skybox is. You've got these little two-hickey skulls that breathe fire, and they actually show up in Sonic Adventure 2 in a pretty similar level aesthetic. The second half of the stage, oh boy. So it's more of a cave setting, but it actually has some horror vibes to it. You got spiders, bats, skulls, and these sick graves. I know everybody talks about these weird gangly goobs that I guess are supposed to be prisoners. I literally have no idea what these are supposed to be, and of course I like them. It's a weird thing in Sonic Adventure. Of course I love it. This is probably one of my favorite aesthetics in the game. It's so weird, and the music is so fucking good too. So after another boring sky chase, you finally board the egg carrier, and it has that classic Robotnik vibe that we all love. So it starts with Skydeck, which is the underbelly of the egg carrier, and it's daytime? Wasn't it just nighttime? I don't know. So you're basically running through a giant airship. There are actually these cool cockpits that you can see through these glass windows that I don't know if a lot of people know about. I love the cloud effects in the background. It really makes you feel like you're going a bazillion miles an hour. So this next part is really tricky to look around because the wind is pushing you everywhere, but it has a lot of the same aesthetics as up top. I love the details that these jets are actually the same jets that fight you in Sky Chase. Not too much to talk about in the third phase. There's a lot more gadgets and gizmos. After the stage ends, you see the inside of the egg carrier hub. I love the neon green glow everything has. It gives off this really cool sci-fi vibe. You got these red thingies that go really fast, and these robo-maids, and this weird thing with letters on them. After you fight Gamma, you have the chance to change the ship's shape, and you can actually access these cool-ass rooms that I don't know how many people know about. You got this one, which I guess is a lounge area with books, these cool Saturn logos, and a hidden bed. Then you got this room, which further proves every Sonic character has a crippling addiction to gambling. I guess this is a kid's room. I don't really know what kids Eggman has and why he has a fake plane that's going a gazillion miles an hour, but I'm not gonna judge. So the ship falls and you land in a jungle in front of some ruins. Some mystic ruins, mayhaps? Anyway, you explore this really confusing forest area and you happen upon a house with the bed, fishing poles, and a bowl? Okay.
Maybe in Big the Cat, yeah, we used to fish. Man, the fish was always biting when Big the Cat was around, yeah. We used to go down to the basin, me and Big the Cat. We used to cast our rods, we used to fish all day.
Anyway, inside the ruins you enter Lost World, and this is another one of my favorite aesthetics in the game. I love the ancient ruin vibes so much. The distant chanting in the song is so cool, and it used to freak me out as a kid. It kind of reminds me of the Fire Temple chant in Ocarina of Time. So you get to this water room that everyone hates, and you ride the snake thingy that I've affectionately named Jank. One interesting thing, when you raise the water level here and go down and spin dash through the door because Sonic Adventure, you're out of the water. Then whenever you walk back in, you're into the water. I know, I hope you were sitting down when you heard that. The second phase begins in one of the most visually striking images in the game with a bunch of temples in the background. I wish the skybox wasn't so low res, but it still looks sick. You go into a dark room with snake flames, fire arrows, mirrors, and a big scary ball. This room always intrigued me. It's like the only part of this level that looks like this, and I'm curious what the idea behind this room was. After you beat the stage, you're transported to this weird place that's on fire. The fire effect in this place is a bit strange. I can't really make heads or tails of it. It almost looks more like lava to me. And oh yeah, dead children. So you go back to the jungle at dusk, and this is it. Whenever I think of Sonic Adventure, I think of the jungle at dusk. I don't know why, but I do. Look how beautiful this shit is. Yeah, you can see the seams of the skybox, but I don't care. Oh yeah, Robotnik's built a new place here. Really quickly, too. You can actually see the model of this place on top of the skybox. It's actually above the stream down there if you look at it. Inside the place is a lot like the egg carrier, but it's much more rusted and dirty. I remember as a kid seeing Metal Sonic was sick, but I had no idea who this was supposed to be. I had played Sonic 2 before I had played this, but for whatever reason I didn't put it together that this was supposed to be Silver Sonic, looking thick as ever. You go into the last level and the aesthetics is very much a continuation of the rusty mechanical look. I love this level. It really feels like a classic Sonic level put in a 3D. The second part of the level is a bit more advanced and sleek with one of the gnarliest tracks in the game. The third part of the stage is a kind of a mixture of both. I always love these little goobers, they're so grumpy and bouncy. There's this little continuity of these weird Tails and Knuckles dolls that appear that don't make sense now, but they actually do later on in another story. Sonic Adventure, you're pretty neat. So the level ends with a big Eggman face, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, you get a boss, but aesthetic-wise, that's pretty much it. We're done with Sonic's story, but there's a bit more that Sonic actually didn't see, like Knuckles in Casinopolis. He gets to explore more of the main area, and it's pretty weird. You see his giant gold Sonic statue with the gold Chaos Emeralds. You can actually break the statue, but it doesn't really do anything. You can see that Sonic and Tails have already grabbed the Chaos Emeralds, and you remember those weird pirate ships? You can actually go up to them, and they have these goofy pirates running around. I love going to the casino in real life to see the classic exploding pirates. You got this gear room, a lady that moans whenever you fly by her, and a giant lion with an emerald in its mouth. Neat. The centerpiece on the ceiling has these low-res images on them like Knight's logo, Sonic Team logo, whatever that is. Now on sale, Sonic, and the Sonic Adventure logo. I really have no idea what these other images are supposed to be. If you know, please let me know in the comments. Moving on, we got a level with Big Amy and Gamma called Hot Shelter on the egg carrier. This level almost has a submarine aesthetic with bathrooms and stalls. I don't really know why Robotnik needs all this considering the whole crew is just robots, but whatever. There are a lot of gears, switches, and moving parts. You go through this part with a train type thing? How fucking big is this place? This level really does a great job giving a sense that the egg carrier is a huge machine with many moving parts. Anyway, Big and Amy actually go through the same aquarium area. No idea why Robotnik needs an aquarium, but I love the aesthetic. There's actually a secret area for Big to travel to. By using his rod to hook this thing on the floor. There isn't much up here, but hey, any new place I can interact with in this game, I'll jump on it. Actually, Big has a few areas to explore in his levels, like this part in Ice Cap where you can see this power-up that I already got, and a lot of the aesthetics are the same, but you see these neat dinosaur fossils. In Emerald Coast, you get to see this neat little cave area with a lot of fish. I know, riveting. Well guys, we have one more thing to look at, the infamous Chow Garden. I'm not going to explain what Chow are. If you're really curious and you don't know, just watch Cybershell's video on it. In the Station Square Chow Garden, it has such a good combination of city and tropical aesthetics. Kind of cool continuity considering it's next to Emerald Coast. Definitely the simplest of the three gardens. The Mystic Ruins Chow Garden has a lot more going on. You've got a waterfall, ruins, trees, and a little pond. I will say it's a bit hard to find Chow because there's a lot of shit everywhere. I think this one is maybe a bit too cluttered. Egg Carrier Garden is basically just a beach with a giant missile sticking out of the ground. Don't get too close, kids. Have you seen Chernobyl? You can actually race these little fuckers in a creatively named Chow race with the first appearance of Omochow, and he's huge. He's as big as Sonic. I love the music and the aesthetics of these races, and I really wish that you could run around them with normal characters. Maybe there's a mod, I don't know. Well folks, I think that'll do it. Sonic Adventure is a game that was so near and dear to my heart as a kid, and I think a lot of that had to do with how truly beautiful this game is. I think this game really does hold up visually, bar the DX port. Sega was always known for having really unique looking games, and I think Sonic Adventure is one of their best in that regard. I don't think this game would have endured as much as it has without these just incredible aesthetics. I know it's too realistic for some, and I can definitely see that. I really think this game strikes the best balance of all the others. If you like this video, slap a like and sub for more. I really hope I found my niche for this kind of thing. And don't expect me to solely talk about Sonic. I love Sonic, and part of the big appeal for Sonic is the aesthetics, so I will talk about Sonic a lot in the future, but this is definitely not a strictly Sonic channel. I have plans for a bunch of other games too. Thank you guys a ton for watching. My Twitter and Patreon are in the description. See you soon.